Hey all, Scott here from Art of the Genre, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about old games and why we don't play them, and also what I intend to do about it. This is one of the things that's happened to me a lot. I'll be going through something, or I'll have some nostalgia, or I'll look at my shelves back behind me here, and I'll see a game that I played at some point in the past, probably when I was in high school, honestly, for a lot of the games. And, you know, in high school we had time and energy, and we were doing all these things that we could just pick up a new system, try it out, and, you know, have fun in doing it. And our gaming groups were all young too, so they were all happy to do so. But at this point, kind of in our careers or our lives, we don't get that much time. And what I see happening is a lot of times people will default back to AD&D, a system that they know, or D&D 5e, which so many people play right now and is a fairly easy system to play, and so many people again know because it's being marketed and it's been out for 6 years, and you know, people are very, very comfortable with that system too. But when you take your gaming group and you might bring up something like, you know, let's say I wanted to play Stormbringer. This is from 1981, although a great design system. It is not a system that you probably can easily sell to your players, because what happens in it is it's a percentile system. It's very complex. The magic system is old because it's 40 years old. And a lot of people will go, gosh, do I really want to invest that much time in learning this new system just so we can play it a few times, and probably just go back to playing AD&D or D&D in general? And they think, well, probably not, but it is a fantasy system. Or you go into something like this. This is an ancient system as well from 1981. This is Rollemasters. It's MERP, but, you know, basically the same system as Rollemasters. This is percentiles. This is a lot of systems and, you know, charts and stuff like that. And you're looking up everything, and there's all these percentages, and people go, you know, I just don't want the system. And even when you're going into newer versions of this with something like the One Ring or something like that, every time it's learning a new system. And that can get old for players because they just don't want to learn new systems all the time that then are, you know, go to the side and you don't play it again because they're investing the time to learn the system. And that's one thing that I've seen. And, you know, there's so many great, you know, things to play in, so many universes to play in. You know, I've got a lot here that I just pulled off my shelf today. You know, Warhammer Fantasy, great settings. There's a lot of great things in this particular thing. You know, I know, you know, you've got an AD&D version of, you know, Lankhmar, but Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser, this is another great system, or another great setting that you just want to play in. But a lot of times you shoehorn it if you try to go into AD&D. You've got something like Zebulons if you want to play space. Let's say Mech Warrior you want to play. You want to have a little role-playing session alongside your miniatures if you're playing the actual BattleTech game. Something like that. Or you've got newer systems, you know, Symborium. This is a great setting, but again, a completely different way to kind of learn a system, or you want to go into, this is just randomly sitting on my shelf, Ex Machina, and you're like, you know, could I play this game? Probably not, because no one wants to go through and, you know, relearn a system, or, you know, try to invest in that. And the investiture is what takes so much out of people. So my proposal is this. I'm running a Kickstarter for my new system called FAST. It's multi-genre. It can do any of these systems, and you will have the ability to learn one system and then play anything you want. And you're saying, well, Scott, that's great, but that doesn't necessarily help me play this system like BattleTech because it doesn't translate directly over to it. I'll still have to do the work. Yes, you would, but here is my promise to you with the FAST system. Over the course of the next 12 months, as FAST rolls out, I am going to do a free conversion. It's called FAST Free, and it will allow you to already have the conversions done to make the FAST system easily adaptable and already adapted to, let's say, Mech Warrior. And then you just need to use your old book for the setting itself with, you know, the Succession Wars or whatever you want to use. And you can just plug the FAST system in. That way your players only have to learn one system, and they can go in and get FAST Free Stormbringer, or FAST Free MERP, or FAST Free Ex Machina, or FAST Free Fafhrd and Grey Mouser. Any of those particular things, they can get a free, you know, conversion for it, or you can get a free conversion for it. Take that system, and then you can get all those books off of your shelf and actually play them with your characters without the players or yourself having to relearn a system that might be out of date or clunky or overly complex or something that'll turn your players off. I know I have an entire collection over here of Exalted that I would love to play, but nobody is playing that system that I currently play with. But if I plugged it into Fast and did my conversions for it, we could actually play Exalted, which I think is a great setting and a great concept. So that is my promise to you. 12 settings, 12 months, free conversions you'll be able to get on the Art of the Genre website. And if you have any suggestions for me on what those 12 games should be, I've obviously got a few that I've already been working on. I've already done Stormbringer, I've done MERP, and I'm currently in the process of doing Warhammer Fantasy. But that leaves a lot of other ones to look at. So if you have any suggestions, put them below. And always check out the Kickstarter, which is all in a link below as well. And help me support Fast, which the gaming community, at least the marketing community, said, you can't do that, Scott. You're not big enough to do a role-playing game on your own. We won't even help you with it. Let's make it the most successful independent role-playing game we possibly can. So please support it. And thank you, as always, for watching Art of the Genre. And let's get some of those books off your shelves and onto your table so your players can enjoy the setting, and so can you, and relive your nostalgia on it. All right, thanks. And as always, great gaming.